Do you know anything about her?
Well, the ambulance report says she was found unconscious lying in a hole in the footpath. Blood pressure has been stable, 140/80.
I'd like the x-rays as soon as possible. And Tom, get the lab to check her blood for drugs, will you?
Right.
Tom, I thought you were off duty an hour ago.
Yeah, you too.
You say you didn't see anyone at all?
No. Oh, the music box. Oh, the melody, the melody.
But you found her lying in a hole.
See, she all right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
You didn't see the accident, though?
No. No, no.
It was all a bit strange. I don't know how she could have missed the barricade. Unless she was mugged. There were always plenty of villains around the back streets. It must have been nearly dark when it happened. That young girl you've got in here, I've collected her things. Would you give them to her?
Oh, I was just about to go off duty. You know what it's like, short-staffed, plenty of paperwork to do.
How is she?
Oh, it's too early to say yet. We're keeping a watch on her. I've got the ambulance report here. Might be some use to you.
Could you give me a copy?
Oh, I'll just have to check with the doctor first. Poor kiddo. We don't even know her name.
We might find something in here. Bank book. Melanie Ann Scott, Wallara branch, $100 balance.
That's a lot of money for a young girl. Perhaps she's older than I thought.
Here we go. Melanie Ann Scott, address and phone number. Yes, good evening, sir. This is Constable Philip Ross. Do you have a Melanie Ann Scott at that address? Your daughter? Then I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, sir. If the girl had tripped and fallen into the hole, she should have been found lying face down. But she was face up. And yet the head wound was at the front. It just didn't make sense.
Terrible business. Terrible. The newspapers are crucifying us.
Morning, Mr. Gorman.
You're late, James.
It's only just after 9.
Yeah, all right, then call me back. Haven't you seen the morning newspapers? Council scandal. Girl in coma. Now, what sort of a headline is that for the council to get?
Oh, it's not good, sir, I know, but surely there's
Not
something...
good. It's a disaster, James. Don't you realize the council is responsible if someone falls into a hole in the footpath? And it could cost us a great deal of money.
Surely there's something we can do. I mean, it wasn't necessarily Council's fault, was it?
No. No. I'll need all the details, James. The exact site of the accident. Mark that on a map. Who put up the barricades? The nature of the work on the footpath.
How will I find that out?
The files, James. The files. Maintenance. Subcontractors. Footpaths. Barricade hire.
And what about street lighting? We've had a lot of trouble lately with vandals shooting out the globes.
Good. Good. I'll send someone to check on those straight away. Have that information on my desk by 10 o'clock, will you, James?
Yes, right. Blood pressure stable, pupil size stable, pulse stable overnight. Well, has she regained consciousness at all, nurse?
I don't know, Doctor. I've just come back on duty.
Oh, we'll check it in the progress report then.
It appears she has, but not for long.
Oh, good. She's starting to feel that leg.
Come on, Melanie, wake up.
Being awake.
Well, she still seems pretty distressed.
I think we'll have to increase the medication. I thought you would have responded by now.
I dug out everything I could get on the area. Petty theft, muggings, anything I could find. Civic Central Police Constable Ross speaking. Look, Mr. Parsons, I've already told you there have been no further developments. And she's not a mystery girl, as you call her. We do know her name. It was released to the press last night. Melanie Scott. Yes, 2 T's in Scott. No, there's still some doubt about how she received her injuries. Yes, Mr. Parsons, I am checking out theft and violence in the area. Thank you. Bye.
I'm Jack Smacker Parsons with Point of View. There's a gloom over the markets today as a young girl fights for survival in hospital. In a scoop, I can reveal the identity of the girl. Her name is Melanie Scott. She's a 15-year-old schoolgirl. The police still haven't found the cause of her injuries. Was she the victim of a cowardly criminal attack? Are thugs being allowed to roam the streets? If so, the public demand to know what the police are doing about it. Or was Melanie simply a victim of the council's incompetence and negligence? If so, there are questions the council must answer. Why was there a hole in the footpath in the first place? And how long is it going to remain there?
That's all I need. An attack by Smacker Parsons. Where's that report, James?
Finished, Mr. Gorman.
We've got that radio bloke making waves now. We'll need to answer him and the rest of the press pretty smartly.
Well, I've done all the research. It's all there, all the facts.
Good, good. That's what we want, the facts. So, Acme put up the barricades. Good thing we've got that in writing. Now, we'll need to get the newspapers off our backs. So, how would you like to try your hand at writing a press release?
Me? Well, yes, certainly.
You know, the sort of thing, council fully aware of its responsibilities, or sympathy for the young lady, hopes for her recovery.
Should we send her a get well card?
What?
A get well card.
Oh, yes, yes. That'd be good. Especially if it got in the papers.
Melanie. Come on, Melanie, wake up. Melanie. Wake up, Melanie. Come on. There's a good girl.
Melanie, come on, wake up. Ah, that's better. Hello, Melanie.
You're all right, Melanie. You're in the hospital. You've had a nasty accident.
But you're going to be all right now, isn't she, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Wang, and this is Nurse Potts. He'll look after you.
What happened to me?
We're not quite sure. Don't you remember?
No. What's wrong with me?
The police will want to question her. Will you give them a call?
My head hurts.
Well, I'm not surprised after the bump you got. Don't get up. You pull out your drip.
But I need to...
I'll get you a pen.
Nurse, why don't I remember anything about it?
Well, that's not surprising after an accident. You might remember later.
Wood splinters in the head. Yes, well, that figures. The lab found blood and bits of hair on the barricade post. What? She's conscious? Why didn't you say so before? I'll be right around.
This press release of yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's too long for a start.
But you said all the facts.
I told you to give me all the facts, not put them in the press release. It's far too formal. Your style doesn't suit newspapers, particularly afternoon newspapers. They won't print this sort of stuff. Yeah. Under the bylaws. And why cognizant of the facts, when what you really mean to say is we know. And pursuant unto. What on earth does pursuant unto mean?
It means simply...
Don't tell me what it means. I know what it means, but the public doesn't. Where's your personal touch? The human interest? I want the public to read that, James.
I suppose it could have been simpler.
That's right, lad. You keep it simple and short.
I'll have another go then, shall I? Perhaps something like, it's not council's fault that vandals remove the barricades, and there should be more police to control the thugs.
Exactly. But go easy on that police bit. We don't want to get them offside.
So, you're quite a celebrity.
They make it sound all so mysterious.
That's what sells the papers. But as soon as you remember what happened, we can put them right.
I don't remember much.
What exactly do you remember, Melanie?
Going to the markets. I saw the hole on the way in.
Was the barricade in place?
Yes, and there weren't many people. I was fairly late getting there. I bought some things. A balloon for Jason. That's my brother. He's 8. And some things for Belinda.
What else do you remember?
A music box. Yes, that's it. A music box. But I don't remember much after that. Just running and not being able to see properly. Too many parcels.
Why were you running? Come on, Melanie, think.
I'd rather you left now, Constable. Miss Scott needs plenty of rest.
I'm all right, honestly.
Oh, I see. Lost another girlfriend, have I? It's the uniform. Gets
Only a few more questions and I'll be on my way, nurse. Now, Melanie, just try and remember why you were running.
I must have been running for the bus.
Case solved. QED. Off you go now, Constable. You've got what you came for.
Well, I suppose that's it then. An accident.
What else could it have been?
Of course it was an accident. Constable, you really must go.
All right, but Melanie, will you do me a favour?
Yes, what?
Would you write down everything you remember? It might help you remember more. I'd just like to know for certain.
Will I post it to you?
I'll come back. I'd like to. That's all right with you, nurse?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just the person that saved your life.
Can I have my diary?
You're supposed to rest. All right. Where is it?
In the top drawer.
Yeah. Yeah, here you are. Don't write too long. Well, can't stand here nattering. I've got you a charts to do.
Why?
Well, I won't be here all day. Someone else has to know what's going on. Hooroo.
It's much better, James, much better.
Thank you.
And the end's the best. The council always takes every precaution for public safety. That's good, very good. But I'd like that to go in the first paragraph. It's the most important point we have to make.
Yes, I see. Yes.
I'll have it typed and send it out to all the newspapers, will you?
Okay.
And make sure that smacker bloke gets a copy.
Now, for the latest on the Melanie Scott case. The police are saying it was probably an accident, but they still haven't closed the file on the case. By the way, listeners, young Melanie says thank you for all the cards and letters you've sent in. I'm delighted to say that the doctors and the nurses who've been charting her progress tell me she's going to be okay. But give the hospital a break. No more phone calls, folks.
She's remembered. I'll be right over.